The two richest men in tech spent yesterday calling each other scammers in public to a combined audience of around 30 million people. Elon called Sam Scam Altman, and Sam called Elon a guy selling investors on space data centers that don't even exist yet. And everybody in my feed immediately grabbed a jersey and started swinging. So I did the deeply unfun thing and actually checked which one of them is telling the truth. Turns out that's the wrong question, but we'll get there. Start with Elon's shot. Since Scam Altman has the most heat on it, is Sam Altman actually a scammer? The part people forget is that this already went to court. Elon sued him, claimed Altman took a nonprofit that was supposed to be OpenAI for everybody, and quietly turned it into a private money machine. It was a real lawsuit, and the trial dragged on for 11 days with $150 billion on the line. And back in May, the jury threw the whole thing out. It took them under 2 hours. So, Sam's clean? No, not really. They tossed it on a technicality. Elon sued too late. The clock had run out. The jury never actually ruled on whether Altman betrayed the mission, just that Elon waited too long to whine about it. So he's appealing, and now he's piggybacking on a fresh lawsuit Apple filed against OpenAI last week over allegedly stolen trade secrets. So the verdict on scammer is that it's a word, not a finding. There's real smoke and a real case, but no court has actually called Altman the thing Elon keeps calling him. Now, Sam's comeback. That Elon's out here selling public investors on, quote, short-term space data centers. This one lands harder than I wanted it to, and not because Sammy used the word homeboy. As it turns out, SpaceX swallowed xAI and went public last month at almost $1.8 trillion. And part of what got investors to pay that was a plan to put 1 million AI computers in orbit. 1 million. And people who do the actual math on space compute say it runs about 3 times what it costs on the ground. And the whole idea is, in their own words, controversial and untested. So Sam's basically right. Elon's selling a very expensive maybe to people buying the stock today. Of course, Sam's chucking that rock from inside a $900 billion glass house he's also trying to take public. But the shot connects. After that, Sam's bragging that GPT 5.6 Soul is the best model in the world right now. I can't really do Sam's voice. It's way too way too fried for me. But really the question is it? I've seen a lot of cool demos, but it really depends on who's counting. And that's always the tell. If you look at the benchmarks on the big independent leaderboards everybody cites, Soul comes in second, edged out by Anthropic's Fable 5, 60 to 59. On the coding-specific board, it takes first, and it's about a third of the price, which is genuinely a big deal. So the unhyped version is really good, way cheaper, second best on the main board, which Sam knew, because if you read his wording, he said, a lot of benchmarks suggest, which is the careful lawyer way of saying not all of them. Best in the world is a t-shirt, not a fact. So here's the scoreboard after all that. Elon's right that Sam's not clearly the best, and Sam's right that Elon's space thing is half vapor. And nobody's a proven scammer. They're just two guys exaggerating in the exact same direction. It's a draw, which is why who's right was the wrong question the whole time. The part everybody forgets in the noise is that these two started OpenAI together. The same company. Musk co-founded it with Altman back in 2015. He put something like 40 million bucks in there and sat as a co-chair. And then he walked in 2018 when he didn't get to run it. Pretty classic Elon. So this is less a rivalry than a divorce. Two guys who built the same thing, screaming across the yard about who really owns the kid they made together. And even that is not the real story, because neither of them actually owns the thing that matters. Watch where the money underneath all of it goes. Both OpenAI and xAI run on NVIDIA chips. Not mostly, entirely. And the deal NVIDIA cut is almost funny once you see it. NVIDIA puts up the cash, buys the chips itself, and then rents them back to the AI company. Same move for Elon, same move for Sam. So the two richest men in tech, the ones calling each other frauds, are both tenants. They're renting their own brains from the same landlord, and that landlord, Jensen Huang, doesn't tweet insults at anybody. He just sells ammunition to every single side of the war. OpenAI, xAI, Anthropic, Google, all of them, and quickly became the most valuable company on the planet doing it. So the fight is real, the way WWF wrestling is real. Somebody's actually sweating, but the outcome was never the point, and you were never in it. You're not in the ring, you are the ring. And the guy who owns the whole arena isn't even in the fight. That's the part that stopped being funny from me somewhere in the research. Two co-founders of the same company, both renting from the same chip dealer, both selling the government access at $1 a head, both racing to go public at $1 trillion, and they've got half the internet picking a jersey over it. It's the best magic trick in tech. You watch the two loud hands, so you don't clock that whoever wins, the bill comes to you, delivered by a third hand you never saw. There's a word for a world where a few lords own the ground that everybody stands on, and the rest of us just pay to be here. I've said it enough on this channel, I'll let you fill it in. Anyway, pick a side if you want. Team Elon, Team Sam, knock yourselves out down there. Just know that both teams pay rent to the same landlord, and it's not either of the guys you're arguing about. That's kind of the whole point.